How you doing? This is Walkman here with the Forbidden Door. I'm about to say AEW, not Forbidden Door. This is the results of ROH's show that happened Saturday. On the 23rd, July 23rd, which was their second show since Tony Khan took over, or should I say brought Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. Great show. We're not going to do there was 4 matches on the pre-show, which was good. Check it out. It's on YouTube. We were going to go into the matches that were actually on the main show. Okay, we start off with there was a coin flip because it was a double main event because it was the ROH Championship being defended, also the FTR versus Briscoes 2. Those are double main events. Now they could have did tag team. We usually go tag team, then or go like this: either tag team, then world champion, or could go tag team, women's champion, then world champion. But since it was more highly anticipated, because it's, first of all, the world champions usually last, and then secondly, and then also since the Briscoes and the FTR had such a good match, you guys should check it out. It's amazing what they did. The fact that they just went out there and called it right there. It was just organic. It was no rehearsal or anything. They just went out there and just wrestled, and it's even more impressive if you see what they did. And they did top themselves. They didn't try to do anything extra crazy. They just did what they do, and like the first time, just did it even better and more exciting. So the Gentleman Gresham versus Claudio Castagnoli was who won to be the first. And so it's like you either first or your last. So they came out first. Great match. I'm surprised it wasn't more. I mean, Gresham, I have nothing against him. Yeah, and I think he should be more of to me. He lost, by the way. Claudio won his first world championship in any promotion. He's usually been in tag teams since ROH. He was a great tag team as the Bar on WWE. But I believe he was, if I remember right, he had won the U.S. championship before, and I believe the Intercontinental Championship. But he never had been like the top. I mean, and he can speak. He has a bit of an accent, but he can speak well. I believe he just needs some more promo time. He never had that promo time, at least not on WWE. Now, I mean, not less, when he did promo time, he was with somebody. Like I said, he was always like a tag team specialist, and he's good at that. He is, but I think he could have been, at least had a run at least one time. He even gave Hager a run, and not to say Hager didn't deserve it, but he's not the best speaker, but he is dominant. He looks dominant, just like Cesaro is dominant. So, and they were paired, if you remember that. They were paired before together, him, Hager and Claudio. Anyway, great match. He won with a devastating power bomb. He put his arms, put his legs over the arms and pinned Gresham like that. Apologize, light went out. Anyway, it was a great match. As I was saying, I think he should have a go. Gresham should have a go at the Pure Championship if he hasn't, and because they had during last year. I believe it was last spring and last summer. ROH had did a tournament to bring back the championship back. I didn't know it was. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna put it like this right now. I was a very casual watcher of ROH. It used to over locally came on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. I understand the lineage of that show. I'm on the East Coast. I caught it when I could. When I caught it when Jay Lethal was there and he was doing his thing over there. He is a light when he's very loyal to whoever he's signed to, and I respect that. I get that. But my point is, didn't know that about the Pure Championship too. They had that tournament. to bring it back. And I'm looking at the tournament. I'm like, this is a great tournament. This is a great concept. Um, why not? And I think Gresham should have that because most, he's not the most. He's strong, but he's not the, he's not gonna win believably with a power move unless he's wrestling fucking, I mean, with Darby Allin or fucking, or Stunt, Marco Stunt. You're not gonna really be that much believable with him on a power move. But so they think he would fit having a good 6 month to even a year run with the pure championship. I respect him, and I'm hoping Tony takes care of him because he kept that championship alive. He was still defending it when ROH was in limbo. It was a great match. So let's get into the second match. Next, it was Trios Championships. It was the Righteous versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. It was the spot of the night was when the Boys are actually twin brothers. Was when Dalton Castle had tossed out the Righteous all out. If familiarize yourself with them. They kind of remind me of a kind of like a Manson family type vibe. Mixed with one of the guys kind of reminded me. He's a hoss. He kind of reminds me of Brody King a little bit. Not just the whole hoss size he has, and he's kind of agile at times. But all three of the Righteous, like I said, six. Well, they call them not trio. Well, it's 6-man. The title is 6-man in ROH. So apparently, and by the way, he mentioned this during the scrum that Tony Khan was asked, are they going to use ROH's 6-man tag belts? But he's trying to keep everything as separate as possible. So apparently, it's going to be 6-man belts in ROH, and then trios in AEW. So, and most likely he has these belts made. He's just waiting for Kenny Omega to come back. So, anyway, at one point, like I said, the Righteous was out. Dalton kept throwing. The Boys kept coming in. Dalton kept throwing the Boys over the top rope at each of the Righteous. The Boys just kept coming in as if there's like more. Like you would think there was like 10 of these motherfuckers. He kept coming in. He kept getting tossing them. Dalton kept tossing them over. Kept tossing. That's like the spot in this match. Of the night as far as this match goes. It was a good match. The Boys actually win. They win the match. So they are the second time they won this. So apparently this is their second reign of the 6-man tag team championships. Let me see. Next is next is Roosh versus Dragon Lee. Now they're actually brothers. I heard of Dragon Lee before. I haven't seen too many fights. Roosh, I'm getting more familiar with now. Even before he got signed to AEW, I watched highlights of him. Very devastating. Didn't know they were brothers. It was a good match. They actually shook hands and hugged. And I've seen matches. Like I said, I've seen highlights and matches of Roosh. He could have went way in on him. He did do a lot to Dragon Lee, but he could have did way worse. This was a good match. Like I said, the whole show I'm gonna sound like a freaking broken record. Good match. Yeah. But it was. Roosh ultimately wins, and since this is like a cross between AAA, AEW, and ROH, this is his 10th win in a row. So apparently he's gonna. So now Fight for the Fallen is the special TV event on TBS Dynamite, and so Tony's giving him a match with Moxley for the interim championship. This is his 10th win in a row. So that's probably because the FYI, Dragon Lee is 2-time television champion, and Roosh is 2-time ROH champion, and he has lost. Or Roosh, by the way, has a very good win-loss record. I think he lost twice since he's been with ROH. Going according to the commentary and what Tony said during the scrum. Next match is for the Pure Championship. That's uh, that is Yuta, who is the reigning defending championship and champion, and Red Death, which is I don't know why his name is escaping me. It's Daniel Garcia. I don't know, his name was eluding me. They did a lot of brawling. I mean, it was great. Slap fight in the middle of the ring. At one point, I'm like, damn. I mean, I get it. You get used to it. Like, you get callous to certain hits and certain things. You know, even like my body, my full time job that I have. Like, they're like, wow, how can you keep, you do this. You're doing, doing overtime and all this other shit. Your body get used to it. While it's conditioned right. But damn, the slaps, like it was like a straight hockey fight. Like minus the club with open hands versus closed fists. Just like these guys just going back and forth. The crowd got into it. Crowd was hot for this at certain moments. I mean, the crowd was pretty good for the most part too. They were in Boston tonight. That night. Then this was like they said. It was like actually their biggest crowd, by the way. And also their next to Supercard of Honors was actually beat them as far as buys, like pay-per-view buys. So they've been topping each other since their last one, and ultimately he gets Yuta wins. He picks up the win. He uses that I don't know what the pin is called, but it is this. He has him almost like in a crucifix, and he has his leg pinned down. So it's hard to kick out. There's only been one person I've seen kick out of this move. That was Moxley during the I believe it was their third time. Moxley and Yuta has fought 3 times total. Moxley destroyed him that first time. Second time he came out a little bit better. I believe it was the second time they fought, and he was able to get out of that pin. But yeah, Moxley was the only one I've seen actually get out of that since Yuta been with the company and been using it. That's not his ultimate finisher. He uses different methods. He's been doing the hammer with the elbow, and then and he's been using that to weaken his opponents. And Yuta. He's a good champion. There was no who used the rope break. Nobody. I believe Daniel was the only one. Daniel Garcia was the first one to actually have to use the ropes. You didn't use one. You get 3 rope during the Pure Championship match. You get 3 rope breaks. After that, you get submitted, and it doesn't matter. And you can have beat. And if you go into the ropes, it doesn't matter. You're done, and you can win, and you can lose by count out too. So But that's why it's different. That's one of the reasons why I like the Pure Championship, and because it makes sense, and it's slightly different from the regular matches, and it's one of the reasons why I like ROH, and I'm glad Tony brought it. All right, the next match, I might be going out of order, but the next match is it was Serena, I believe Serena. No, it was the television championship. No, Serena Deeb versus she's going for the women's championship with Mercedes Martinez. It was a good match. Good back and forth. Very underrated match. It was a good back and forth. These are if you know who Serena Deeb is and what she does. She was former NWA Women's Champion, and Martinez, I believe this is her first time. She won it. She won the Undisputed Championship at their last ROH's last pay-per-view at Supercard of Honor against Diana Purrazzo. But she's great. Diana Purrazzo, by the way, she should be. I don't know who she should be in ROH. I'm glad I believe she's still doing stuff at Impact, but she should be she should be here with AEW, or between AEW and ROH, because she's a great competitor, great. The versatile. Anyway, stop all that tagline. Anyway, good match. Ultimately, Martinez gets. At one point, Serena gets Martinez and the Serenity Lock. She's able to power through, get to the ropes, and she's able to. It's a great back and forth with reversals, but she had ultimately, beats down Serena Deeb and gets her into the Steel City, I believe, with the Steel City Sleeper when she has her where Martinez has her opponent bridged back and like in a dragon sleeper position, and she's bent all the way back, and she actually was able to tap Serena, between the exhaustion and that move. I get it. So it was a good match. I don't know. She didn't neither one of them looked bad, and that's all. It was great. Both of them did their thing. They had great partners. The television championship with Jay Lethal versus Samoa Joe. Honestly, I thought Samoa Joe was gonna lose, and I wanted him to lose. But you had when Jay Lethal came out and Sanjay Dunn and One in a Billion, Satnam Singh, one that's like almost 8 feet. They came out at the top of the ramp, but Jay Lethal told him, look, basically, I mean, he didn't. His music was playing, so you just went by body language. He basically told him to go to the back because he wanted to do it himself. Jay Lethal doesn't even get all the way to the ring. He's still in a walkway. Samoa Joe's music hits. He stands there. He looks back. So they go at it. He does a lot of Jay Lethal does a lot of damage to Samoa Joe even before the bell rings, and Jay Lethal stood kind of tall but before the bell rang, and Samoa Joe had to get to his feet. He was struggling to get to his feet, and he was like, all right. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, this is the way to go. I mean, if he lost, not to say I wanted Samoa Joe to lose. If he lost, I would understand it. Fast forward, at one point, Sanjay Dunn. I'm getting them confused. It's my fault. Satnam Singh is the one in the billion, the tall one. Sanjay Dunn's the manager. Okay. Satnam Singh comes out behind the referee's back. Because the referee at one point gets wiped out. He gets wiped the fuck out. He's out. He's out. So he actually attacks. He attacks Samoa Joe. Jay Lethal gets him back in. He gets the referee back in, and he kicks out. He has the lethal injection and everything, but then he wants to get him into the ring. He kicks out the lethal injection because it took so long for the referee to get in and count. So ultimately, Samoa Joe wins. He wins with he chokes him out basically. And the only reason why this is set too well because he seem like he didn't seem like Jay Lethal was like a threat. He seemed like more of a clown now. Like you have this big, almost 7 foot tall motherfucker, and he can't even help you win. Like what good is he? You know what I'm saying? So it made both of them, made Jay look bad and the big motherfucker look bad. So Satnam Singh. So. But I'm fine. He is a certified badass. I get it, and he was able to power through and win. Okay, I'll take that. Anyway, next is our show everything. Okay, through the coin toss, which was the main event, which is ROH versus the Briscoe. FTR versus the Briscoes 2. Best 2 out of falls match. Briscoes get the first fall, which is great. FTR gets the second, of course. And through a Dash gives Jay Briscoe a suplex out of the ring onto a table that takes both of them out. And Briscoe, I thought Briscoe might have had, I don't know, I haven't heard anything, He was walking around afterwards, but I thought his neck was probably. Honestly, I don't think it was that serious. But at the same time, I was like, damn, like I'd be surprised if he didn't have at least a broken shoulder because he landed awkwardly. Like most of his neck and shoulder took the corner of the impact as Dash hoisting him off the top rope, and so that left Dax the X and um got was it Jay and Mark. Yeah, left. I believe Mark Briscoe is one of the dreads. I might be wrong. I apologize. He actually was able to get that Dax the Axe was able to get Dax Harwood was able to get Mark up onto the top rope for a top rope tune, like basically pile driver, and I'm like, they're good wrestlers. I cause like it looked like Mark's neck was just done too. I'm like, oh, his whole. I'm like, damn, they look devastating. I know that probably there's probably been people who did that before. I have yet to see. Yeah, out of memory, I haven't seen it done in AEW. Now I know I haven't seen it done in AEW. Hold on, I think, fuck, I think Moxley did that to Darby Allin. No. That was an elevated paradigm shift during that first match. He did it. Yeah, it's just when you see moves that's usually done from ground to ground. When you see it done from top rope, second rope to ground, this looks it's believable. So it's like, all right, I can see how he didn't kick. He bet and I had kicked out of that. I'm like damn, but it was a great match. I didn't do it. You need to go back and watch it. Great show, worth the money. Once again, like I said, so far they've been topping each other. This is like I said, their box office for this, and then also the pay per view buys for this has been topped since Tony took over, and since their first show since Tony took over. The Supercard of Honor. Okay, so look, that's my review. It's great. I have, like I said, I just wish he, if it was just him and going back to the television championship, it was just him meaning Jay Lethal, without the interference. That's fine. They just let him just leave it all on the table, on the mat, I should say. But it was the fact that Sanjay Dutt came out. I mean Satnam Singh came out, and it didn't even help. I'm like, well, what's the point with the interference then if it didn't even help? So anyway, they say this like a bad, that's a really bad thing, but it's just like you need to, if you're gonna have an entourage, your entourage is supposed to help you. You know what I'm saying? In some sort of way, and it didn't. I'm like, shit. All right, that's my thoughts on it. They will, let me know what y'all think, and all right, I'm out.